Welcome to the Hooters Car Show.
Please enjoy this next video.
I bought the car 5 years ago. It was just at a point in my life where I wanted a little toy to fool around with. The kids were growing up a little bit on their way through school, and I started looking around at some of the classified ads on the internet, and we found this car up in Minnesota, and I looked at it quite a bit. And I told my wife I'd like to take a look at the car, and we went up to Minnesota where we found it, and through a dealership there that sold classic cars and the like. And actually, if it wasn't going to work out that we didn't like the car, we just would have made a weekend of it and stayed. But we went to his dealership. The fellow told me he may not be able to take it out today because it just had a snow, and I says, well, I'm kind of interested in the car. I need to take it for a ride. So I fell in love with it when I saw it. I realized when the car was built, and most of it was done as you see it, is he did quite a quality job on all the work. We believe he was a body man when he did his work, this fellow who put things together. So I've been, like I say, I've had about 5 years. His garage kept, of course, and I've redone a lot of mechanical work on the car. I've changed a lot of things front to back. It's for the most part, on the appearance, a stock 1971 Chevy Nova. Of course, it's got a cowl hood, fiberglass cowl hood, but I made all kinds of changes on it. Wheels, tires, enlarged the wheel wells in the back and notched the frame to put in some bigger tires. Transmission work, upgraded all that. Had the transmission reworked. It's got a line lock control on it and a trans brake. The interior is pretty stock. I decided not to go with a roll cage or anything on the car, just for the convenience of being able to drive it around. We take it on cruise nights and car shows. Wife and I. My son helps me work on it when I need an extra hand. He's a younger man. He's not into the old muscle cars, but he's into the Asian cars a little bit, and he's got himself a Subaru, so he's happy with that.
Let's do it at the track.
So I did take it to the track one time. Last fall, I went to Great Lakes Dragaway, and I made 3 passes on the car. Very nervous, of course. My best time was a 12:34, somewhere around 140 miles, 160 miles an hour. So this year we've got a different gear in the back. It's a 433 gear, and I changed the differential because of slippage, and we should be lined up like that. And this coming fall, I'll probably take it back to Great Lakes, and I'll try the trans brake on it and see if I could pull a little better time on it.
Take a look at
Sure we can. It's a Chevy Big Block 454. It's bored out 30 over, which makes it a 461. It has an 850 Demon carburetor, intake manifold, aluminum rockers, headers, 10.5 to 1 compression. And aside from that, there's not a lot of modifications on the car. It's got a cam, of course, but I love it because it's got an old school thump on the cam and through Flowmaster exhausts, and it just sounds like something I remember back in high school and stuff we grew up with. And while it's a little bit old school, it's something I enjoy quite a bit. So, like I say, keep it all shined up and polished, and anything I could upgrade on the car to better it in any kind of way, I do that to try to get a little better part, something a little more efficient or high performance. Maybe next year we might put a little shot of nitrous on it to see what that would do, just for kicks. But I enjoy the car quite a bit. It's part of our summer outing. My wife enjoys being with me on these outings. Met a lot of friends. I've got some old school friends that I met up with their cars, and we have a great time. We get out and maybe have dinner, a couple of drinks together, and again, it's just kind of a friendship thing. It's a hobby I'm able to enjoy, and of course during the winter it gets put away, and everything else takes place after that. So it's we enjoy having it. It's been a good car so far, holding up well. The car, I can't tell, the cowl tag's gone. I can't tell what the original color was. I've been in and out the car, upholstery's been out, seat's been out, and I still don't know the true color of the car. It was manufactured with a 6-cylinder engine in it, I know that. I'm going to assume it was something like a gold or a green color back in the day.
What did you have before this?
High school was the last muscle car I had, and that goes back into the late 70s. It was a 1969 Roadrunner. And back in the day, the energy crunch, the first gas crunch was coming along, and time of my life where I didn't have a place to keep the car, so I ended up selling my Roadrunner. Of course, now I wish I could have kept it to put on Mecum auctions or something to see what it would have fetched. But I enjoy doing it. It's one of our hobbies. We have a small boat we take out also during the summer, so it's kind of a toss-up in between. Do we go to car shows, or we or we take the boat out and do a little fishing or something? But let's say one of our summertime things to do. Thanks for watching. I enjoy doing this, and come out and see our cars. Or everybody's very happy to talk about them and explain things that we've done. And lastly, I see a lot of people come through and say, you know, I had a car like this back in the day. Of course, just a plain Nova. It was their first car. It was their family car. And again, something I remember as a kid seeing on the streets brand new. Of course, now they're kind of a collector thing to hot rod and have fun with. But again, it's a great sport. There's a lot of support on aftermarket and parts and things like that. And it's kind of big right now. So they say happy I could do it.
You're mentioning that you're at a car show, and so I pan intentionally, and there's no one in the lot. Yeah. You know. Let's see if you like it.
How many trophies have you won? Which muscle car are you going to bring to the show this summer? Thanks for watching, and please subscribe. Please watch our next video. Thank you.